You're in for a scare. Oh dang! I accidentally stopped the Goosebumps music. I guess we gotta stream now. Hi everybody.
R.L. Stein is a real person.
It created what was that show with the dragon?
Dragon Tales?
Nope. Dinah the Dragon. It was a magical kingdom.
It's not Dinotopia because
Wait, it's the one with the two-headed dragon?
I don't think he was. I think he had one head. He was just kind of stupid. It was
a cartoon?
Like it was a children's show. It had puppets.
Puff the Magic Dragon?
No.
He had one
Chat,
head.
can you...
No.
R.L. Stein, what did you do with dragons?
Yeah, he did. He had a dragon-related children's show, Magic Castle, Eureka's Castle. There we go. Seismic coin. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think maybe that one was like maybe that one was a sleeper hit.
I remember it being on Nick Jr., but I don't remember like the concept of the show. I just remember next up on Eureka's Castle, it's me, Face. I don't know if we'll get DMCA.
I hated Face. I fucking hated him so much.
So you wanted to punch him in the face?
I did.
Oh, is that why he's called that?
For fist.
Hello everybody. Welcome to Resident Evil. Can Polygon co-workers, can you see the gameplay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Josh Polygon worker sees the game.
Fellow workers. All right, well, let's play a little bit of it. Yes, let's start with the plug. Jenna, you just hit pub on something.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I just have a brand new video. Let me drop a linky in the chat.
Do.
About why, about how Monster Hunter, Mr. Capcom should let me hunt and kill Pennywise the Clown. It's the only solution. I saw somebody say I'm a little quiet, so I'm going to choke up on my mic. Polygon, Capcom should let me hunt and kill Pennywise the Clown, and you might instinct be say no, but consider do. Anyway, there's a video. I don't have to be cognizant about my idea. I made a whole video that's cognizant about it. Anyway, I dropped the link. Oh, Yoshi's Tax says, "Can I please call Pennywise a girl boss again?" Yeah, Pennywise a girl boss. It a girl boss. That's canon. That's not me. That's Stephen King. I don't know what you want from me on that.
I don't know a whole ton about. Oh, hang on, shit. You know what? I'm gonna have to stop and start the stream real quick because I'm streaming at a dumb frame rate. Sorry, folks. Hang on. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
New improved frame rate.
Both already loaded.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look at that. I think we're live again. Let's wait for just a second for people to watch that Post Malone Monster Energy ad again.
You don't want to post up with Posty? Come on.
He calls himself Posty now. It's fucked up.
Whoa.
Interesting. That sounds like a snack that I would get in Minnesota. Oh yeah, I'd like a Posty.
Yeah. Well,
wait.
Could I trouble you for a Posty?
Pat, what's that video you made? Who are these little guys?
Yeah.
I believe Jenna already kindly posted it in the chat, but yeah, I made a video about all the little guys running around in the Elden Ring trailer.
It's incredibly good.
Thank you. And wait, also we haven't plugged Jenna's fashion video. God damn, we put out a lot of videos over the last 2 weeks.
Woo! Smoking.
It's been busy. We did not have to be that busy during E3 because we're a video team, and yet we still made ourselves be very busy.
Yeah, I mean, E3 traditionally, in years past, we would drive ourselves crazy during E3, and then one year we were like, we don't
Why?
get anything out of this. Why? And then for some reason this year, we're like, let's do it again. Let's drive ourselves crazy. But
We missed
but-
E3 last year, I guess. I don't know.
we needed to
Yeah, we
double
were
up.
So yeah, the 2 videos that we posted, they're not really related to E3. So if you don't care about E3, you can still watch them. My video is about Final Fantasy Origins T-shirt man and everybody who's dunking on T-shirt man, as well they should. The movie dunks on him, or the video dunks on him a little bit too, but it's just about like the T-shirt and what's the deal with it. And then Pat's incredible video on Elden Ring's Little Guys is about all the little guys. And you might be saying, I don't know anything about Dark Souls or Elden Ring. What would I get out of that? And I'm going to tell you, you're going to learn a lot. You're going to learn a lot, and you're going to laugh a lot, and you're going to grow a little bit as a gamer. So think about it.
And you're gonna be right there on the Elden Ring hype train with Pat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shortcut
I can't get off.
to type.
All those characters. You're already informed. You have a leg up on everyone.
This is your ticket. It's an express. No stops.
People are saying I'm still real quiet. Hold on,
Still
let me
quiet.
fuss with my
Yeah, fuss for us, please, because I got you cranked up to 150% on my end. I can take you up to 200, but
Is this better?
Oh,
Chat,
that
is this better?
that is good enough that I can even. I'm going to turn you down. Don't touch that dial. That's perfect.
Okay.
Dials.
All right. Yeah, that's great.
I also appreciated that Jenna's video about T-shirt Jack Final Fantasy, because now whenever I hear the word chaos, that's the way I hear it now. I can't read it. I cannot see it. If someone says it another way, it doesn't matter. My brain just translates it to chaos.
Speaking of fucked up audio, I didn't want to go too far yet because when I booted up this game, the Duke was talking wrong. Chat, listen to this glitch that I got going on here.
Shall I choose something for you?
He's not supposed to sound like that.
I wish I knew what he sounded like.
I turned on the audio on the stream. It's bad.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of response to that.
Yes.
He honestly sounds like a person behind, like, improperly lit on a Dateline show.
Yeah. His voice has been changed for his protection.
I saw Ethan Winters. He bought a gun from me, and then he went off to fight werewolves.
Yeah. Let's see if he has anything to say about these purchases I can make.
Chopped and screwed Duke, exactly. Fickleness.
Damn, Ethan, where'd you find this one? All right, well, let's go to the werewolf castle.
Yeah, Werewolf Castle.
Werewolf Castle, Werewolf Castle. Why did I do that?
No, you're excited.
Do werewolves usually
Oh, I
have
forgot
castles?
about this guy right
Oh,
here.
shit.
Yeah. Clayton, you make a great point.
I just,
Would you like to live deliciously?
Oh, Jesus. No.
Ooh, ow.
Ooh.
I don't know we had to fight goats. Alright.
You got meat in you? Hell yeah.
I mean, you
What?
made an aggressive stance towards that goat, so I don't think you're
Yeah.
not to blame here.
All right.
Show,
So
but
look-
yeah. Oh, someone in the chat. Oh, sorry.
Ooh, yeah,
someone-
what we have?
What if all the voices are messed up now?
Ooh, I hope so.
I hope that we have, the permanent goofy voice mod. Hang on, I had a little text window open over your faces there. There we go, that should be better. Did that crow sound different to you? Oh, chat?
No. Oh yeah.
Alright, I think this is where I'm supposed to go.
Werewolf Factory.
So I ask if castles are normal because you vampires, they got a crypt.
Yeah.
Mummies are in the bottom of a pyramid.
Mhm.
But where are werewolves? I guess you usually just think of them in like a forest.
Woods,
Some dude walked out there in the moonlight. But these werewolves have real estate.
Yeah.
It's true. They've invested.
Oh.
They're doing way better than me at this moment. They're not renters, they're owners.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all about wealth creation and building equity. These werewolves.
This fucking werewolf has a better house than I'll ever afford.
I mean, yeah, but it's full of werewolves. So, like,
Yes, but I was told from a young age, you gotta get a house. And now, look, the werewolf has what I don't. What is this?
Yeah, they probably got a good deal on it because the real estate, the was like, it's a nice castle, but it is near some other monsters. Gotta be clear about this. And they're like, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah.
I wonder what the schools are like. I think that's a very defining factor of maybe why they chose this area.
I was thinking the other day, do you think like a leprechaun's tomb was the first cryptocurrency? Gang? Anyone else thinking about that?
Just thinking about leprechaun.
First
Did you say
cryptocurrency?
wait, did you say tomb? A leprechaun's tomb?
A leprechaun's tomb.
Cryptocurrency.
It's a
Okay.
cryptocurrency.
You had to wait for the leprechaun to die. It couldn't just be like the leprechaun's pot of gold.
Yeah.
Clayton, I respect you refusing to engage with the pun.
I'm trying to fix what Pat said here because it wouldn't have to be like the pot of gold is constantly making coins, but it also destroys the environment slowly, and
That's true.
Wait,
the value of the gold wildly changes.
I mean, it's a cryptocurrency.
Uh,
Is the thing, yeah.
I would like to hereby put my resignation from Polygon.com.
We do not accept. We're not
Wow.
taking it.
over my head completely.
You have so much more suffering to do.
My penance isn't done yet.
I'm just gonna sit here quietly and drink my Capri Sun.
What flavor you got there? Hold on.
Fruit punch. I'm
Fruit
still working through my E3 Capri Suns.
Okay. Wait, time out. You bought Capri Suns for E3?
Yeah, I needed a special drink.
Ah. Okay.
Oh, and I found out a beautiful thing when I looked up for some reason on Wikipedia that Capri Suns now have a clear bottom.
Ooh.
They didn't used to, and the reason is great. It's right there in Wikipedia, and it's that it used to have a problem where there would be worm-like mold in the packaging, which I can imagine like made people pretty freaked out because it said Wikipedia described it as worm-looking or worm-like.
That's freaky.
But don't worry. It's just mold.
Just mold. Oh, jeez, this guy's
But
bad.
now there's
So
a clear
much
window,
more-
and you can check.
That's
thing
so much
is-
more horrifying than I expected this stream to be. This horror stream to be.
It's
Yeah.
the Capri Sun worm window.
The real question is, does the worm still allow me to become silver? That's the real question.
Yeah.
Can I become silver like
Do you still turn into Alex Mack when you drink them?
Yeah, turn into a silver
Silver
surfer.
Surfer. Hey. Pat, talk us through what you're doing right now.
So, whoa! I'm in this, what do you call this? A wood factory?
Mill?
A mill. This wood mill, and I'm fighting this big guy who hangs out in here because I assume I'll get some treats.
Nice. Yeah. Get that sniper.
Oh wow.
Oh wait, is this one of the optional ones?
Yes, this is a little optional side
Okay.
diversion.
Yeah, I ran into an issue with this dude in that I just did not have... I fought one of the other optional bosses immediately before coming here, so I was low on everything.
Yeah.
And I went around a bunch of times, and then I saw that door, and I was like, oh, do I not have to fight this dude? That sucks. And then I was like, okay. But I've already sunk a lot of ammo into this dude. I should
Wait, can you just go? You can just go through the door, Jesus.
Yeah, you absolutely can. you have to shoot it open, but you can just go through. But I was like, I should just go and finish him off. I'm probably pretty close. And I like leaned out with my most basic revolver, shot him once, and then he died. And I was like,
Oh, I
okay,
should use the
good.
revolver. That's a good point.
You got
Yeah.
silver bullets? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
It's called a wolf's bane.
You get a lot more bullets for it.
Yeah. I think after this, I just started using it because I was like, you know what? This seems like a fun weapon that I'm going to use a couple of times.
There we go. Got his giant crystal
Hell
axe.
yeah.
Look
Hell
at all
yeah.
the money.
Should we, since it actually has been 2 weeks, should we recap a little bit what happened in the last stream? Where we are and what's going on?
Oh yeah. We are so. I have 3/4 of my daughter Rose. She was captured and cut into little pieces, but she's okay. Is the thing.
She's fine. She's fine.
She's actually fine because I can put her back together if I gather all 4 pieces of her, because she's mostly mold or something like that. She's a little weird baby. So I have gathered up 3 out of 4 of those pieces by killing 3 of the children of Lady Maria or whatever her name is. And now I am doing an errand for her 4th, air quotes, child, so that he will give me the next piece.
Heisenberg, the werewolf.
Heisenberg, yes.
Mag fucking Nito.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did the first boss we got through Lady D.
Yes.
Yes.
And then Big Baby, Boss Baby.
Mm-hmm.
And last week was Fishman?
Yes.
Fishman,
Mm.
yep.
Or not 2 weeks ago. The last week was E3 break, but
Roger Fishman, the saddest boss of this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lead up to where we are now is basically Heisenberg reaches out and is like, what if you did this a different way? What if we teamed up and were partners? And so you're sort of following the signs that he left to sort of investigate this as an option.
A little bit of that Spider-Man 1 Green Goblin energy, in which it's just like, me and you, Spider-Man, we could rule this city together.
Yeah.
how did Green Goblin think he would get to rule a city?
Did you not see that video of the man in New York City riding the hovercraft? Everyone was just shocked and awed. Come on.
We also did just have the mayoral elections.
That's a lot of boys. Time to scramble.
There are a lot of boys in this.
Yeah, what is this? The New York mayoral election?
Hiyo.
That was
Don't
a
worry,
good
we'll
try
be
on
telling jokes about that for weeks because it's not done.
that. Yeah, nightmarishly.
It's very explodey.
I don't remember this many explosions, but I'm here for it. Also, I still very much love the werewolves of how they dodge bullets. And just
Yeah,
like,
they're really
shimmy,
fun to fight.
Shimmy.
Gotta be a lot more interesting than your zombies that don't.
Yeah, they started getting really, like, they nailed that as early as RE4, I think, when they started, like, it would take a while to get your aim zeroed in, and then they would just, like, juke on you. It was really fun.
Yeah, I'm getting a real playing street basketball, break your ankles vibe of, oh no, I'm on the floor and I'm embarrassed in front of everyone. I can't ever come back to this basketball court.
A friend of mine a couple months ago was like, hey, when all this stuff is over, we should play some basketball. And I was like, what? Like,
Some people.
I was imagining what it would look like if me, in my current age and health, tried to play a game of basketball. Also, my current knowledge of the game of basketball. Like, what would it look like for a 33-year-old who had never played a single game of basketball to suddenly play basketball?
Damn.
If for one would say, you got great height, you might do some great layups. I'm just putting it out there.
All right.
Pat,
I
you
wanna
probably
shout
have
out-
you have wingspan.
All right.
I want to shout out that great snipe that you did on that goat.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I think we might be able to make some more food now. Yeah, I've got a lot of food in the coffers. Let's see.
Wait, is the Duke's voice still chopped and screwed?
It is, yeah. Let's see. We can make some tochitura, a savory stew made from the juicy meat of rare bird, only found in this. I don't have the bird I need for that. I have.
Did you shoot
Like
that
that.
crow in the center of the town?
Oh no, I didn't. Is that the rare bird?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me go get
When are
that
we
rare
gonna
bird.
make the video where we cook all these things and we just cook them nicely?
I like that. Cooking all of Resident Evil's six meals in one day.
All
Yeah.
right, where's that crow hang out?
The left of the tomb. So go up to Lady Z's castle,
Okay.
and then to the left of the door, and you should hear it.
Yeah, I have heard it.
It's a great. It was one of those things of I was playing this with the windows open, and I just was like, is it in the game or is it in my house?
I think it's a little bit further back. I think I shot it from the path, actually.
Oh yeah, I just heard it again. I heard it again. Where are you? Are you way up in a tree?
It is definitely up in a tree branch.
There it is.
Get
There
him.
you go. Murder that beautiful bird.
Take the shot.
Great
Oh, it's
work.
blue. Juicy game.
This is a
Juicy
juicy
like
game.
a blueberry.
When we said earlier in the week, hey, we're gonna play Resident Evil 8, and I had to be like, oh yeah, that came out this year.
Yeah.
Ah!
This
So-
year is some good games coming out already. I mean, I guess not already. We're halfway through.
If it's just window shovel.
Neither they're not.
There have been so many games.
Yeah, some real bangers though.
Like Monster Hunter came out. This came out.
Oh yeah, Mario Golf came out today. I think.
Oh yeah, I gotta play that.
I've been playing Griftlands. Really enjoying that one.
Ooh, it's
Oh yeah, you caught up. I played some of that last year, and it's very fun.
Yeah, it's just like, especially compared to last year, because last year it was Animal Crossing, and then that was it for like the first 8 months,
Yeah.
and that was enough. But it's nice to have more games.
yeah.
That was and that was. I think we discussed this on like a stream recently, but that was when, you know, a game where you play as a shark would come out, and you'd play it and only it for a week, and be like, is there anything else?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, right now, drowning in games.
Yeah, yeah.
But for me, it's weird because I'm drowning in games that I could have played last year. Like I'm playing that Final Fantasy update, and it's a really fun game. But I'm like, I should have been playing something else, maybe. But I don't know.
Oh yeah, I've been replaying Final Fantasy VII Remake, and eventually I think I'm going to play the
PS5 thing.
yeah, or I've been playing it on the PS5, but I'll play the new chapter.
Intergrade with you.
Yes, with Yuffie.
I will when someday, when I am allowed to buy a PS5. Maybe also when they make it a little smaller, I will play that game. I have not played any Final Fantasies, but I'm really curious about it.
No, not a single Final Fantasy.
I played some of Final Fantasy IV in college. Like, I think I played a ROM on my computer, but that's it.
Yeah, I think most of my Final Fantasy experience have been ROM based. Although God, don't tell Julia Lee, but I came like a hair's breadth away from signing up for Final Fantasy 14.
Instantly, her ears are ringing right now. Hello.
Do you mean the critically acclaimed MMORPG and the
Yeah.
expansion of Heavensward free until level 60 or whatever?
It's directly because of Julia Lee's meme posts about that. One of them finally got me. I laughed at it, and I was like, as tax for laughing at it, I think I have to sign up. And so I opened the website on my computer, and I said, I can't let Julia win.
Yeah, I've been so close to Final Fantasy 14 a couple times. Like, even though it's like late in the pandemic, ostensibly, I'm like, do I need this in my life right now? And sometimes I'm like, what if I just checked it out?
I'm honestly, I'm right there with you. I don't know why. It's just free. There's no like barrier to trying it out, and everyone seems to like it who plays it, like a lot.
Yeah. Well, that might happen. Maybe one week we should do that.
We should.
Could we trick Julia Lee into a stream and then show up playing Final Fantasy 14?
No one in the chat tell her.
Yeah, keep this a secret or it won't happen.
Chat secrets. Can you keep them?
Oh man.
We just have to make sure Simone's on board when she comes back for big game.
I bet she would be. She likes Final
No
Fantasy.
way, really? You think?
I have also thought I've been thinking about getting back into Fallout 76.
Oh
I don't
boy.
even
Now,
remember
now
the
what's
number
going on
anymore.
there?
What's
Why's that?
I don't know. Well, they just released a new update, and every time they release an update, I'm like, oh right, I love Fallout. I love Fallout games. And so every once in a while, I hop back in, just to check things out. And I bounce off pretty quickly because it's just not it's just a little Fallout game. But there's nobody I can spite by not playing, so I guess I'm more ambivalent about it than Final Fantasy.
No, wait, Pat, I know you... wait, Josh, you've also been playing Chivalry 2, right?
I just started Chivalry 2 this weekend, and Pat was right. It is a lot of fun. I feel like I make no progress whatsoever, but I'm
Yeah.
having a great time.
It hits that exact vibe that I used to have, like, back in, like, the Battlefield 1942 days when, like, you would just hop into a server and, like, you really wouldn't get much done or help the team out much, but you would just play for a couple hours and, like, leave the server rotation eventually. It's a very old school kind of online gaming.
64-player matches,
Yeah.
mostly melee because it's like medieval themed.
Yeah.
And yeah, no individual player is going to have that much effect on whether your team wins, which inevitably, like, I enjoyed how much of a throwback was, and that they're like, the conversations going on in chat were the exact same ones that are always going on in these giant video games, which is, we lost because my team sucks. I guess my team, gosh,
GG.
you're all scrubs. And it's just like, oh, I love this. The drama is exactly the same, where somebody cannot stand the fact that their team lost, and they have to blame everyone else on their team for the loss. It's just...
Auto
And then
balancing
everybody-
teams,
yeah.
great.
Auto
Oh
balancing
yeah, it's
teams,
also
yeah.
that kind of game. Yeah, you're like winning and crushing the team on one side, and then like the last 3 minutes it shoves you to the other team, and it's like, well, fuck.
Oh, awesome.
Still, my favorite thing is there's always one guy who's really good at the game, and then you think he's gonna wreck your entire team, and then everyone decides, no, this man has to die, and the entire team converges on one man.
That sounds awesome.
It's I would say it's very fun just playing it, even if you run into a melee and die immediately.
Yeah.
It's that kind of game for some reason. You're just like, oh, whatever, I'll spawn and just go right back in, and you'll have like a great, at least I don't know how my skill level is. I'll die like 3 times in a row without doing much, and then I'll have a run where I get like 7 kills somehow. I don't know why it's like that, but it's the kind of game where you're just, going about fighting whatever, and a dude runs from behind and just lops your head off in one hit, and it just goes pop, and I still laugh whenever it happens. It's still so funny to me. And I don't know, I think it's a sign of a good multiplayer game when you don't care. It's fun to win, but you don't care that much when you die.
Yeah.
That's nice.
One thing I do enjoy, seeing someone get hit in the face with a rock, and then the person picks up said rock and tries it again, and it's great.
Oh my god, I only the couple of
Godfall.
last nights got into the idea that you can just throw your weapons,
Yep.
and it is the most obviously destabilizing thing to other players. It was when you're just having like a duel and you're fighting, and then suddenly you just chuck your shield at their head, and they're just not ready for it.
I killed a guy by throwing a chicken at him the other day.
Yeah,
Did the chicken live, or?
I don't know.
and determined.
It could only be. It was a single-use chicken, so I don't know if it survived the process.
I think that implies it did not. Single-use chicken.
You could pick up a ton of stuff from the environment. Like sometimes when you get into the castle at a certain point in a match, people are just running around with like candelabras.
Beauty and the Beast shit. I like it.
I found a bone pile, and I was like, can I? And yes, I used the bone as a weapon. I was like, I'm clearing house, let's go.
Awesome.
Yeah. Chivalry 2, it just came out. It's fun.
Yes, I think it is exclusive to what's the Epic Game Store for a little while,
Yep.
but it's also on consoles.
I thought you read something about it will have crossplay if you
Yeah.
like wait to get it on Steam or something.
Wait,
I think that might. It honestly might be on my Game of the Year list just because it's such a weird throwback.
There's a scream button,
Yep.
and I don't think it does anything but make you scream.
Yeah, that's all it does.
It doesn't
Good.
look at war cry. When
Yeah.
All it
you-
needs to do.
You and the squad are just heading up and all going towards your death. What do you gotta do? Yell. Just scream.
We're at a point in the game that I didn't necessarily care for.
Yep.
But-
Yeah, it felt very just like they put it in here.
Here's
Yeah.
the arena. Get through the arena, I guess.
Yeah, basically, it's just waves and waves and waves of enemies.
Ooh, good.
It's like,
Yeah, it's nice.
It also wasn't that tense. Like, it was one of those things where, like, at this point in the game, you have so many weapons and ammo, and you have enough leftover gears and sprockets and stuff that you're like, all right, I can just make my ammo here. You can get me later. It's fine.
I started the section that way, and then by the time we got to the latter part of this bit, I was really running low. It was pretty stressful. I made it. I basically used up all my ammo fundamentally and all my craftables to get through this section, which was fine.
yeah,
It was fine.
this might be a good idea.
I like it.
Good play.
Ah, you tricked them.
That
What a
was
good
good.
trick.
So
Whoa.
what? Oh, sorry. What else has everyone else been playing lately?
Guilty Gear.
Do you love the smell of the game, Pat?
I love the smell of the game. I don't know, it's really fun. Josh, you play fighting games, but do you play Guilty Gear?
No, I have not played Guilty Gear, but here's the thing. I keep listening to the smell of the game every day in the morning, like it's become a part of my morning rotation.
Nice.
To the point where my partner's like, no. I was like, what? It's like, no. I didn't know you were in the butt rock like this. And he's like, I don't know. It's just all the Guilty Gear music is very hyped, and I don't know who I am anymore.
Yeah, it's bad music, but it is really fun.
I was talking to Jeff Ramos, and he was like, Josh, I did a guide for it. You could just check out the game. And I'm like slowly thinking this weekend of like, do I do it?
Do it.
It's funnier if you never play the game but just love the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Oops, shit.
Where is this game fit in a like hierarchy of fighting games? Is it like super technical, hardcore? Is it like relatively approachable?
It's the most accessible one that they've done so far. Like, they dramatically reduced the complexity of the series. Like, I could never, ever, ever... I could not get into the previous one, just because there's just so much to know. But it is still fairly high execution demand to get good at it. But it's I would say it's easier to get into, but definitely still very difficult to get good at. All right, I need to make up some potions to pour on myself.
Yeah, it's potion time.
It's 2D strictly though, because it's animated, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. It's unlike a Tekken, you can't dodge.
Yeah. You do not move on a 3D plane in the game, but you can like jump and air dash and stuff, which is really a lot to manage sometimes.
It just seems like a lot of fun. And I'm just staring in the window being like, I'll listen to the soundtrack, but don't tempt me.
Yeah. It's also fun to watch, just because it's so friggin' gorgeous. Like, it's definitely a good game that's just fun to look at. Jenna, the 3D smears that they put together in this one are like they took it even further. It's like next level.
Hell yeah. I love to hear that.
Smears.
I've just been playing Driftlands pretty much.
What is Griftlands?
It's a deck building roguelike. And so you drop in their different characters, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's like got a sci-fi aesthetic. It's nice because it's like you can play different characters in the same world. So like you'll play as one character and have one relationship with somebody, and then you'll play as a different character and be like, oh hey, I know you. Oh, you don't know me. We're not friends in this one, huh?
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Or because it's a roguelike, you play even the same character and just decide, you know what, instead of going with this person, I'm going to go with this person.
Yeah.
Team up.
It's enjoyable. I'm digging it. Got good. Yeah, it's got good art.
Do you like the conversation fights or the actual fights more?
Yeah, the 2 decks thing is super interesting.
Yeah, I like them both. I lean more towards conversation. Like the gameplay really forces you to play more conversation, I think, than combat. Well, just because there's so many times when it's like you can hop straight to combat, or if you want to do better at combat, have this
That's
conversation
true.
first.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, so stuff like that. I usually play like twice as many-ish conversations as I do actual fights.
Yeah, so it's like
kinda
Slay the Spire in the sense that it's like a deck building roguelike, but then it's really story focused. You have like an overworld map where you're going to different locations, you're talking to people at those locations, and there is a story to it. But the conversation thing is really fun because you build a deck and it does play differently. It's sort of about and like the way they turn a conversation into a mechanical like duel, where like you add a +1 supporting argument and they do like threaten, and that because their like fighting skill is good, it affects how their conversation skill works as long as they use things that emphasize the fact that they're like a brawler and intimidating.
That sounds really fun.
It's really
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's very well written. It has really interesting. Yeah, everything I mean, I love a conversation battle.
Yeah.
Just conceptually, I love games that do that, and I think this one does it like especially well.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is, hey, I don't have to kill this person, but I'm gonna let them go. And then they come back later, it's like, you should have killed me.
Oh, that's actually a good point. Another thing is you have like relationship with people that can be like bad, really bad, or like good, or like best friend, and that adds buffs or debuffs that you have to deal with. And there's an interesting thing where you can just decide to kill a character, and then you do eliminate them as like an issue to you, but all their friends now automatically hate you, and so you get their debuffs. So you have to really like weigh, do I want to kill this person? It would make things easier for me, but then 2 of their friends are going to add debuffs basically because they hate me.
Yeah, I did a run with one of the characters, the one who gets like betrayed out of their inheritance. I did like an all murder run where it's like if somebody's gonna hate me for attacking them, I'm just gonna kill them, and it went so poorly.
I'm sure, yeah.
It did real bad. Nice hit, Pat.
Thank you.
Ethan on his hook. Loves it.
Anyway, yeah, it's good. I really like plays games in general. I played so much of Don't Starve.
They just put out a new Don't Starve, didn't they?
I think they put out a recent update or something.
Okay.
Mobile game.
Updating that game.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned, because like I just played that for the first time this week because the friends I do survival games with, we're playing that now.
That's awesome.
I didn't really know what kind of game it was, to be honest.
It's high aesthetic. I love it. The audio is really great. The music and all the character voices. The writing's really good. The art's really good. I love it.
Yeah.
It's just hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, the title was like a big clue for what kind of game it is.
When you think of, Don't Starve, I'm like, okay, cool, I'm just gonna keep this person fed, not fight off goddamn demons.
Yeah, spiders. And, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely like the standard by which I judge other survival-y games.
Yeah.
I never played the ninja game that they made.
Oh, Mark of the Ninja?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I never played that either.
I
It's
played some of that back
real-
on Xbox. Yeah.
So good. It's a really good stealth action game. It's mechanics driven of just one of those things of team into the shadows, but also it's like a 2D Hitman, but you don't get penalized for stabbing everyone.
Yes, right.
Interesting. I'll have to check that out. Clay Games, they and Supergiant are like 2 relatively small studios where it's like I'll just buy whatever they make because I've never regretted it. Their games are all really good.
Yeah.
The studio behind Shank and Shank 2.
Yep.
I have not
wait.
played those, so who knows?
And so that's the studio that make Riftlands, right?
Yeah.
I never connected that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, they do good stuff.
I think their rise to just being like, oh no, we just make games. We'll do what we want. Like I think the only game of theirs that I haven't got into was that Oxygen.
Oh, not included.
Not included. That is sort of like, that is to me like a PC genre of stacking systems on systems on systems, stacking stuff that it's just like, I'll get to you eventually. And I think I got an email that it's on sale, and I was like, but I have so many games. I'll get to you eventually.
after Guilty Gear, I'll get to you.
Pat,
Did you do it?
Yeah, I think I'm done.
Pat, did you fight all the boys?
I think they're all gone now.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you. It was arduous.
Sorry for talking through that entire thing, Pat.
No, listen, it was the most boring part of the game. I'm glad somebody was talking.
All right. I'm glad you guys also didn't, because I was playing through it and I'm like, for real? Oh my god. Oh, just take my bullets. It's fine.
I thought we were gonna hang out with Heisenberg and his Magneto powers. No, it's this, a gauntlet.
No, you have to pay a bullet tax before you can play the fun parts of the game.
Oh, I forgot about this bit.
I like this bit.
Wait, what's going? How are you moving?
I'm scooting through a little
Hybrid.
crevice here.
And then
It's
you
just
see
like a
all the-
werewolf hive.
It's so good.
Oh, that's how it. Okay.
And Ethan says nothing. It's like,
Not a-
all right, no question about. They're just really hanging out here.
Not even a. What's going on here?
Yeah.
Something's
That's a
not
lot
right.
of werewolves.
Are they really werewolves?
I just like the one that crawls like right over you. I'm like, yeah, it's terrifying.
Ooh,
Please
okay.
don't look at me.
So we saw the typewriter there. I wanted to bring something up. I'm curious if people remember this. I'm just doing research for something involving game saves.
Go on.
And I found that in the original Resident Evil, and I think more than just the original one, you had to save at the typewriter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in order to save, you needed an expendable resource.
Ink ribbons.
Typewriter ink.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I'd never heard of that fact that you not only had to save in specific places, but literally had a limited amount of number of times you could save, which is wild to me.
It is. I mean, it's the original survival horror limited resource thing where it's
Exactly,
like it's not only is it the gameplay stuff, but it's like the meta gameplay stuff is also limited.
I was like, oh, okay, it makes a little more sense why the typewriter was the object, but I just don't know why that. And I think it was more than one game, and I was like, I never heard that. How did that not like become a legend of Resident Evil? With like, remember when you only had limited saves? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, at the end of the day, limited bullets was way more stressful.
True, I can imagine. Maybe there's enough ink cartridges it didn't really matter. But I was just like reading that, I had to double check. Like, whoa.
A lot of times. Actually, to come back to this game, I really liked this boss fight, especially since you saw this dude in the intro. It was so long since you saw him.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Burly boy.
Oh,
it's
and apparently,
Oh, go on.
I was just curious. They saw, and some people in chat said in the remake for number 2, they brought it back as a hard play. That's cool.
I like, I like this fight too. Oh, big hit. I like it was, I think it was well designed in terms of like run and gun. Peeking out behind columns to do a little shoot.
Yep, and also just it's a good like. It's one of those type fights in which it's just like, I wish we both had swords or something so that we could just like get it down and fight together.
Oh,
but it's
yeah.
like, I shoot you.
That chainsaw fight in Resident Evil 7 was so good. Oh boy. Oh boy. You
Yep.
can't do that.
Yep.
That's not allowed.
What? Are you kidding?
Oh.
He's like the dog that tried to bring the stick that was too big through the doorway. It's not gonna fit. Can't throw that way.
I want the stick. No, I want it.
Classic werewolf stuff.
Is this guy
But it
have a name?
wasn't.
Did I miss it?
I don't
know.
remember if I just called him Burly or guy from the center.
This is Biggest the werewolf.
Ooh, I got one more magnum shot. All right, here we go, baby.
Go for that. Hey!
Oh yeah. This is the problem. Is like you go through this giant bullet sink section.
Oh, you
Yeah.
got him. One shot.
Yeah.
One shot.
Hell yeah.
Oh, Urias. I forgot.
melt?
Yeah, we
Oh,
did get
Urias?
his name. Urias. Yeah.
Did you just say eat shit? Sorry, I thought I saw text pop up. Is that what Ethan said?
Did Ethan say eat shit?
I think he does say something. I don't. If Clayton saw it, then
He says something real pithy after this.
Okay. It's a little pixelated on my screen, so it could have very easily said something else.
Also,
think-
I do remember this part though. I like this part because I spent a lot of time being like, I'm shooting all these crystals out.
We've earned them.
Okay, apparently he did. That's what chat is saying. So
Very creative, Ethan.
he's just so quippy.
Peter Shoes in the chat says, Ethan is canonically an IT worker.
That's true. Spiritually.
Why do IT workers get such bad raps? I just want to know.
I mean, you used to be an IT worker, right?
Yes, but I was different. I wanted to have fun.
A laid-back
Can you give-
party IT worker.
Can you give me an admin access? Yeah, sure, whatever. It's cool. We're cool, right? What are you gonna do on here? Surf the dark web. Yeah, whatever. It's fine.
I'm changing all of your passwords to password.
Okay, that is actually something I did, but that's because I was like, I'm tired of fixing your passwords. Also, you can anyway. That's a.
There it is.
It wasn't that their password was always password 123. It's like when I was doing the password reset, it was here you go, password 123. It will tell you to reset, and then you can do your own password, and then.
That's perfectly okay.
They didn't.
No, they did not. And every single time they're like, I'm having computer issues. I was like, did you change your password? And they're like, oh, I thought you did that. I was like, no, I reset it so that you.
You were their two-factor authentication.
Josh,
I
the computer is broken. No, just turn it on and turn it off again. Oh, I had no idea.
oh. I mean, the
How
good
long-
news is Josh does not have control over any of that at Polygon.com. So
Nope.
don't even try password
No.
on any of our passwords.
He's in his rightful place editing and shooting
Torso
videos.
flask.
Oh, hey, look, a jar of your baby.
Bobby
Baby jar.
Uh-oh. Where'd it go?
Does that mean you have all 4 quarters of the baby?
All the sound
All
is
4
fucked up.
baby pickles. Yeah, is this one really bad too?
Wait, let me
I'm
turn
gonna
on the
peek
chat
in.
real quick. Hold on.
Just a little bit more, and you'll wrap up. I'll lend you a hand. So in
It literally sounds like a fucking 90s horror. Actually, it sounds like Riverdale.
Sounds
Jigsaw.
like Jigsaw. Yes, that.
Somebody, has anybody seen I don't know who to attribute the tweet to, but it's Australian person being tortured by Jigsaw. Or no, it's Jigsaw.
Yeah, I have seen that. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Sorry to all our Australian fans if you're in the chat. I'm sorry.
Plate.
I might cry a little bit. Sorry.
Nice plate. All right, I'm gonna next time I save, next time I can save, I'm gonna restart the game unless you want to keep the funny audio.
No,
The
it's a
audio.
beautiful thing. How can we ever recreate it?
Okay.
Excellent little boat ride, little tribute to God of War here.
Mm-hmm.
The first game to have a boat scene.
Mm-hmm. Innovative.
So wait, are you done with the castle now? Or are you just heading back to the hub?
I think I'm done with the castle now.
To Disneyland Main Street?
Whoa, what the heck? Where is this? Am I? Okay, yeah, this is just like a little area I can loot to regen some of that ammunition that I lost, yeah.
Oh, that's what I've been playing. I hopped into the new Sea of Thieves update, the Pirates of the Caribbean one.
Oh.
I haven't played any of the new stuff that they added to the base game, just the Pirates of the Caribbean content. Not great. Cannot recommend it.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
I played it, and
Yeah?
I think Yeah, there are some parts, I think for me, there are some parts in which you're like, oh, they got the original Disneyland audio from the ride. That's interesting. And then there are other parts in which I'm like, all right, I see where you're. It makes me excited for what they do after this because of the techniques and the stuff that they do, and especially of just at the end of the adventure when it just pans out for a little bit. And I'm like, okay, this is interesting, but
Wait, what do you see when it pans out?
it basically takes camera control away from you, and then you and your ship are just riding into the sunset.
Oh, that's
and
fun.
I was like, oh, it is. It's interesting, but I think I'm more excited for what they did in the regular base world, in which they added for the first time like new enemies, like they're like mer people who shoot noise. They're sirens, and they shoot noise at you, and then they drop their tridents, and then you can have the trident on the ship that basically becomes like a beam saber,
Laser
and you just
weapon. Yeah.
and you just start shooting stuff. It disintegrates, but it just goes. And I'm like, okay. And my friend was on my ship, and he was like, you can't keep playing with that. I was like, it's fine. And then after I did like one big shot, it disintegrated. I was like, okay, cool.
Aw.
Yeah, I think we ran into some issues. Like the levels that we played of the Pirates of the Caribbean stuff just felt very ride-like in that you just had to like walk. Like it was like being on the ride. Like you just walked through this area, and there will be like little skeletal pastiches where it's like, oh yeah, it's little. Look, there's skeletons, and they were like drinking, and now they're dead. It's like, isn't that fun? But it was just like a lot of it was that, and we had an issue where we were trying to do treasure hunt, and the treasure hunt itself was interesting because it was like, oh, look at this map. You have to open the window to get the clue on the map to see where you have to go, and so we got to the end of this whole big puzzle and discovered that we actually couldn't complete it because we needed the skull of the captain, and we had completed the skull of the skull's quest first. And as a result, we couldn't complete this optional side quest. And it didn't do anything to tell us about that. So we spent like 30 minutes, 40 minutes trying to get this treasure. And the game was just like, oh, we didn't think you'd do it this way, so you're locked out of it. And it was like, have you just not made games before? It's terrible.
Yeah,
Very
that's
frustrating.
unfortunate. Wow.
Yeah. I think it's also. I think the thing that for me is just they still gotta get the bugs out. Like I think it was really. I think some parts of it was like really weirdly bugged out, and I was like, okay, that's fine. But I also in my brain just went, they did this for free. Like usually, like especially with this licensed stuff, it's like, I don't know, you gotta pay the pirate DLC in the Pirate Emporium. But here, no, it's free. Just go and hang out if you want. But
Sea of Thieves, how long has that been running now?
I think
it's a
they
good
just
price.
celebrated their third or I think it's 5th anniversary.
It was 2018. Okay, that's more recent than I thought, but still 3 years.
Yeah. Base game's still fun. Still a fun time.
Yeah, and it's the kind of living game where I could totally see it lasting 5 years before like a sequel gets announced. But
Yeah. I was looking around on that game, and it turns out they're still on like a lesser version of the Unreal Engine for their engine because I think they want the game to run on like anything at this moment, so they're not like all of the things that can make it even better like water rendering and stuff like that, they don't have access to, so they're doing the best with what they got. That water's still good.
yeah.
Real good. Real good. Yeah.
Ooh.
Pat,
Look at-
you're selling all these.
You got a
Yeah.
crystal axe?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's from that big optional boy.
Can you fight with it?
You swing it once, it shatters immediately.
Crystal.
All right, that's a lot of money. What can I do with all that money?
Hands on such a thing.
Gonna upgrade some weapons.
Yeah,
Bye.
I'm doing the
Bye.
exciting stuff that everybody loves to watch on the stream.
Yeah, we
Upgrade.
tuned in just at the right moment to pink hairdo care in the chat says please Polygon video on video game water. I've got great news.
These hands are more
Sometimes water's wet, you know, it just happens.
I don't know when it'll be coming, but that's gonna be a Josh joint, and it's gonna slap.
one moment.
It's in the clouds.
Full adventure.
Some game. Hey, you know what? This is better. I hope that in a couple weeks that nobody's playing the Ace Attorney game on Steam because I just don't think
What do you mean?
that's a. I just mean that that's not. I don't know how good of a game that is to stream.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. We are not
Oh,
going to stream an
We're
Ace
not going
Attorney
to stream
game.
that. No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
That
That is inventory screens the game basically.
Let's read this. Hey, read this. Which way to go now? Which way is it to this jerk's magical factory?
I like the factory section of this game.
The factory section is very good.
I've heard about the factory. I'm excited.
It's very cool.
Is Heisenberg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if every one of these characters is supposed to be kind of like a fairy tale counterpart, who is Heisenberg?
Hmm.
Uh.
It was like Pinocchio. We just did like sort of the Beauty and the Beast.
That's a good question.
A vampire, Lady
The
D.
mad scientist is it? Is there?
Mad
a
He,
fairy
oh yeah,
tale
he's
with
Frankenstein.
mad
He makes
scientist?
Frankenstein.
He is
Yeah.
he is Frankenstein.
He
Yeah,
is
just
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
100%.
I guess not fairy tale, but it's kind of like gothic horror
Yeah.
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
All right, where's Heisenberg live?
Eliznick in the chat says, I think I saw a Twitter video that was, with enough time and practice, you can make Ace Attorney in PowerPoint.
Why would
Fair.
you do that? The animation's so nice, but fuck.
See, the thing is the animation is the reward for playing a game that's a PowerPoint.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a
That's
very
fair.
good reward.
Try to remember.
a
Chat.
lot.
Does anybody remember where I go next at this point? Once I've done
Don't-
the.
Oh, it was back. It's near the. So when you're going to the castle.
Yes.
Wait, isn't there? Wait, we already took that fork. That fork leads to the castle.
Yeah.
Did you
Um,
put the last baby box in the jar?
I did not. Do I have it? I thought he took it away from me.
I swear
I
you had
cannot
it.
remember it. I thought. Yeah,
go
I think
check.
you. I think you have it. I think you have to input it, and it'll access the factory.
Oh yes, you were right. Yes, that you all are exactly right.
Good call, Josh.
I just remember. I was like, I remember putting it in there mostly because I didn't want to lose it because I thought they could take it away from you. I was like, you're not taking my child. It goes into this jar that somebody told me to put them in. I don't know. Like, I just realized they never said put them in there.
Yeah, some people are saying you gotta grab the grail. You gotta take it to the four lord statues. I don't know what any of this means. Oh,
It's happening. We'll do it.
It is
I thought this was weird because you take it and then you go a couple steps and you put it back somewhere else. And it's
Yeah.
like,
and
well,
you just took that massive chalice,
Yes.
Yes, Ethan is yoked.
yeah,
baby
Yeah.
chalice.
yeah.
Whoa, Lord. I guess I do remember this. Sorry. I was like, I don't remember this game at all. No, I do not.
I've already been through here. You take it. Oh right, yes, this is the way to the Lord's Square thing.
Yeah.
I think I got a key for this.
It's in the necklace.
Right.
sorry.
I think I might already yoinked it out
Oh.
of there.
I don't think I ever opened this up. This is good news for me.
Let me necklace with key. Yeah, let me crack that open.
I have a question for my coworkers. Is this the year that I should try out Bloodborne for the first time?
Yes.
Okay.
Done. Did you play the Dark Souls games?
Nope. Never.
Okay.
I
Never played any
played Dark
FromSoft game?
Souls. No. The only
Oh.
FromSoft game I played was Armored Core on 360.
Yeah.
I mean, Bloodborne's a great place to start, and I think, I think you should get into it.
Okay.
What did you get? Caesar's goblet?
Cesare's goblet. Yeah, I got a goblet
Oh.
here.
Nice goblet.
Okay, here we go. Sorry, I'm just I work critical Slack message, just making sure I'm all taken care of here.
Uh-oh.
No, it's good.
We could vamp. It's cool.
Yeah.
So yeah,
If-
I might download Bloodborne and try it out, but it'll be sometime
Cool.
this
Okay,
year.
we're good
It
for
was
now.
just okay.
Yeah, play Bloodborne this year, and let me know if you have any questions. Let Jenna know if you have any questions. I'm volunteering Jenna's help as well, because Jenna, you recently played all of Bloodborne, right?
Yeah, my partner and I, my partner, big Dark Souls fan, and we'd never played Bloodborne. So when when it was released, we hopped in. We did controller swapping, which is a great way of doing it because when you inevitably get so frustrated with the game, it's nice to be able to be like, "This is your fucking problem now." It's a great game, but very, very hard. It will definitely challenge your emotional perseverance, but in a good way. It's very rewarding.
Yeah, I think I won't say I've given up forever, but I couldn't get past I don't know, something in the first main level or something or other, and I was just like,
I did. Yeah, I bounced
for
off
me.
it. I bounced off it, I think, 3 times. Just that opening Central Yarnum section, because it starts you with a gauntlet.
yeah,
A lot of enemies.
that street.
And a long distance, like what when it's your first playthrough of it, it feels like an impossible distance to the first checkpoint. I do, on one hand, I guess going through that does prepare you for the rest of the game, but on the other hand, it is a brutal way to start the game that did cause me to bounce off of it several times.
And then it's similarly I bought Demon Souls way back when it first came out, just because I heard all this weird buzz about it being, this is interesting, weird new game. It's very hard, and I think I couldn't even get past the Tower Knight. So I was just that when I also bounced off. I played some of it and was interested in it, but it was just too much. And then I tried again with Dark Souls. Once again, didn't get very far. And same with Dark Souls, and I didn't even try Dark Souls 3. But for some reason, I beat the entirety of the Surge.
Yeah.
Which is this fucking weird sci-fi Dark Souls game. I think it's just the sci-fi was there. That's what got me.
I was
I
about
was
to
gonna
say.
say, when I think of Clayton genres, it's definitely more sci-fi than fantasy horror.
Yeah.
This was all inspired by a conversation I had with Russ, in which he was just like, "So you've never tried any of these?" Well, I've tried the adjacent games, but you've never played one of them. It's like, no. It's like, what are you afraid of? And I was like,
There's a lot to be afraid of.
Yeah.
I just never got into them.
I mean, I think they're intimidating, and they have a reputation that is accurate, but accurate but intimidating. I was definitely in the camp of I don't think I'm gonna like these games. They seem very overwhelming, and I probably would never have played them, but my partner was really into them and let me borrow their copy of Dark Souls 1 for the Switch. If it hadn't been on Switch, I absolutely would not have
that's
played or
interesting.
seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just easy to be hanging out on a couch and playing for 10 minutes and then being like, fuck this. But over the span of weeks and eventually completing it.
And I definitely get it because of the Surge, which I think is probably an easier version in some respect to these games, but very hard, and definitely has the big bosses where you get to the boss and you're just like, what? How do I ever? There's no way anybody can defeat this. It's impossible. And then I would try it, and I'd watch a video, and then I'd get through it and feel very accomplished.
Yeah.
There's a time I was like, I'm never going to defeat this final boss. It's just done. I'll just watch it at the end. But I persevered and got it. And I realized I also played that game from a couple years ago called it's like The Abyss, or it's this very lo-fi looking Dark Souls game. God, what was that called? It's very artsy. I think it was made by
Ashen?
Ashen, yes.
Yeah.
Ashen has such a mood to it that I really, really liked. And even for being one of these somewhat grim games, that one had this nice thing where you're constantly building up a little town, and you enjoy every time you go back to the save hub, that the town is maybe a bit bigger because of what you've done, and it feels nice. It's revitalizing. And then you go back down into the dungeons or the places where you die and lose everything.
Yeah. We played a little bit of Ashen. It was very I liked it, but it wasn't the devastating emotional challenge that I guess my partner and I need in a game.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to go.
Yeah, my advice to Josh and really anybody who is thinking about getting into the Souls games is like, I'm pro guide. I am team just use a guide for your first playthrough, because I think for the most part, like, the enjoyment of a Souls game, the real long-term enjoyment of Souls games for me is playing them again and trying different builds and trying different routes and stuff like that. So like, there is a lot to the joy of discovery of just figuring it all out by yourself. But also, if you're stuck, or if you just want to like make sure you have the general lay of the land, I have had so much fun with those games. And I think Dark Souls I played through with a guide the first time, but then I subsequently played it like 5 more times. Maybe more.
Yeah, I would 100% agree with that. The Dark Souls games, all of those FromSoft games are opaque, to say it gently. And I didn't necessarily I'd use a guide, but my partner, again, has played the games like hundreds of times.
He's a human guide.
Borderline speed running, yeah. So if I ever got stuck or was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this boss? Normally in a much more exacerbated tone, more like, what am I supposed to do? Me gently throwing down my Switch going, and they would calm me down.
I like the emphasis on gently.
Yeah. I do just have that reaction when it's like, this is impossible. They just made an impossible game, and I guess I have to accept the fact that no one will ever do this. It's impossible.
Nobody has ever beaten this boss or this game. Yeah, but that's the thing about these games is, like, even watching, the difficulty is in both figuring out what to do and executing it. So even if you watch, like, a guide on how to beat a boss, you're not robbing yourself of much, I don't think, because the actual act of beating it is going to be still very difficult.
Yeah.
But it does that thing where, like, the person you need to talk to for, like, upgrading yourself is just one person in a giant room where there's tons of other people in it who don't talk to you. And if you don't have a guide, you would never... You just have to run around being like, oh, wait, I can talk to this one person here out of everybody in these 3 stories.
What is humanity? I remember the first time I booted the game up, it was like, Kindle to restore humanity. And I was like, I don't know what any of those fucking words mean. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyways, yes, long story short, Josh, I would love for you to play Bloodborne and talk to me about it if you play it.
Okay. The Surge. Somebody else to talk to about that game.
So many, once again, lots of games.
Oh, I think this is one of my favorite little puzzles in the game. Did y'all remember this one?
I don't.
I'm trying to remember this one. I mean, I must have.
There is a pendulum involved.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I solved this one on accident, and then I had a hearty chuckle to myself. So you... Well, I'm going to just use my knife.
You just light those corners on fire?
Yeah, we got to light these...
Stab the fire.
Hell yeah.
Stab.
So that opens one door. So we need to light 3 of these things. Fuck, I'll just use my gun. There we go.
Hell yes.
Big shot.
Let's loot all that gold. Jeez, hey, gang, this is the original cryptocurrency.
A throwback to your own terrible joke. Congratulations, Pat.
All the people who join the stream, you don't have to tell them that.
All right.
Hope, you know what? Just with our luck, someone is gonna raid at some point, and then there's...
And when they do, you can tell the joke again, Pat.
So it happened on accident this time, but the first time I tried to solve this puzzle, I kept killing this zombie, and then they kept respawning, and I was like, what the hell? How come this zombie keeps respawning? And then I realized...
Did you use him in the puzzle?
Yeah, you use him in the puzzle. So yeah, here he comes.
Cool.
I'm not the biggest Zelda guy, but I instantly in my brain just went, oh, this is a good Zelda puzzle.
So yeah, you wait for him to come out here, then you bonk him with the fire, and then you just lure him over to this chalice.
Is he on fire though? Okay, good.
Yeah, he's super on fire.
He's on fire!
He's on fire.
Oh, he's a little drunk too.
Oh, he completely missed it. Dude.
Wow.
Whip on
Dude.
the, whip on the
There we
spit.
go.
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, this is cool.
I like that he stops to wipe his mouth.
Golden lady statue.
Golden lady statue.
Awesome.
Nice. Wait, is there something else in here? Yeah, I got it. Great.
Good job.
Red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. Is it blue? Is it blue? This was a good game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jenna, I know you mentioned this like a while ago, but me and a friend played Operation Tango last night.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
At first I was like, oh, this looks like a VR game that they just ported to PS5. It's whatever. And what a fun time of yelling at someone, you need to find this person. You need to find this other person. They're coming for you. I'm stuck in the Matrix. To explain, so Operation Tango is currently on PS Plus for PS5, and it is a 2-player game, but it is one of those 2-player games in which 2 people have different roles. There's one person who's on the ground doing activities on the ground, and then there's one person who is hacker person, and they're just pretty much in the cloud doing hacker things to help you get through levels, and it is great co-op energy.
Yeah, you're playing as spies. You can also get it on PC. Here's my biggest selling point to it. Only one of the 2 people has to buy it. The other person can
cool.
can just be like the friend, no pay friend version. So only one person has to buy it. So that's great. But yeah, you play as spies, and you're infiltrating stuff. I think it's cross-platform, but I'm not entirely certain. It's called Operation Tango. It's really, really good. I wish everybody would play it so that they make more games, because it was extremely up my alley. But it was just like, yeah, it's like it. The person I played with described it as the natural conclusion to Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes.
Yeah.
Because it's like you really have to collaborate. Because each of you only has half of the puzzle, but you don't even really know what half you have. You have to talk through, like, what are you seeing? Here's what I'm seeing. Oh, so
hey,
we must have
doing
to
something. You're doing something wrong. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. What am I doing wrong?
Yeah, and it's great. It does a great job of like escalating the difficulty, and there are puzzles where it's like you think based on what you described that you're seeing the same thing, but then as you try to solve it, you're like, oh, we are not seeing the same thing. This game has tricked us. It's very rewarding. I highly recommend it.
And it's not that long either. Like, we played for about 3 or 4 hours, and we got through like most of it. And it was fun. I just wanted to bring that back because I played it last night. I was like, Jenna said something about this.
Yeah, it slaps. I hope more people play it. I'm going to drop a link to the Steam in chat so you can check it out. I regret that it's only 2 people, or else it would have been great for an overboard.
Speaking of overboard, Acetate Prophet says, have the Polygon crew done Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, because I would watch/stream that video.
I've played that with friends who have actually like printed out the document.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty fun way to do that. And maybe someday if there's something we can shoot in the studio, that would be fun to have one person in VR and everybody else looking through binders.
Mm-hmm.
Bureaucracy. The game.
Yeah, that actually sounds really fun. I would love to do that.
Keep Talking to Nobody Explodes, if no one's ever heard of it, is one person is VR, they have a briefcase with a bunch of little weird puzzles on the sides, and the other players are not in VR. They're not even seeing what this thing looks like. They just have a big document that is literally, if you see this, go to page 5, and this is how you solve this puzzle. And so you just have to have the person who's looking at this thing describe it as best they can while a timer is ticking down that is going to explode this bomb they're trying to defuse, while the other players are trying to hopefully interpret correctly what they're saying, find the right puzzle, and tell them, like, clip the yellow wire because you're seeing the 2 lines next to each other. But of course, if they miss the fact that there's also a dot, oop, you snipped the wrong wire and you blew it up. So it's very fun, it's very intense, and it's silly and interesting. There's not, before this Operation Tango game, there wasn't anything quite like it.
Yeah, I'm hoping we see more because it's fun.
Yeah. Operation Tango, like some of the pieces in there also reminded me of when me and a group of friends got super into Space Team.
Oh, jeez, the yelly game.
Yes, the ultimate yelling. What do you see? I don't know what I see. It's a star. What type of star? There's only one type of. Yes.
I'll just add. You can play. Keep Talking to Expose without VR. That's okay.
Yes.
Space Team is the one where you're on a spaceship and you're like technically in real time on audio recording is going off, right? Or is this a different one?
I think it's on phones.
Oh, Space Team. Yes, that's the one where it's like the flux capacitor needs to be recombobulated, and somebody's like, "Yes, that's on mine. I need to press that button." That's an interesting one.
Those games are fun. It's just you can't do them too often because it's just lots of yelly.
Yep.
Gang,
All right,
I
I
think
think
we're
we're getting-
approaching the next zone.
Yeah, I was excited. I was just gonna say, I think we're in it.
I really like this zone.
Let's get a Friday beverage check going. I have a disappointing one to start everybody out with. So I went into the
Ooh.
kitchen before this stream and
Mm-hmm.
put 5 ice cubes in a glass, and I opened the fridge to pour myself a little bit of Friday cold brew to keep me going through the stream. None left. None in the fridge.
Oh no!
Oof.
Hate to see it.
Did you just make hot coffee and put ice in it?
Oh,
See, now
bodega
that's
style.
thinking. I should no. This was
Coffee
literally
time.
2 minutes before the stream, so I didn't have time.
I guess technically that's iced coffee, and cold brew is coffee brewed cold
Different
the whole time.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Tell us at the
also had-
bodega.
I also had iced coffee. I just have I get a jug from my nearest Asian grocery store,
Ooh,
and then I
ooh,
just have it.
Do you know what brand? Like, is I have never
Let me look.
purchased. Yeah.
Oh, and
I'm gonna go check.
Is off stage left.
I'll do a coffee check.
I just finished my
Kind
iced
of-
coffee from this morning.
I get UCC, although for the record, Boss Coffee is my favorite of
Yes.
all hand
That's the
coffee
one I would
drinks.
get from vending machines.
Yeah, Boss is the
Hot
boss of them all.
sometimes. Yeah.
They have
My
Boss
favorite.
at
I love
my corner store. Little cans of it. It's so good.
I'm gonna drink the rest of this right now, in fact.
Now I'm just thinking of Japan vending machines and being like, I have all these coins. What am I gonna do with them? Stockpile Boss coffees.
Sadly, I've never seen the jugs, like the big old jugs of Boss
Oh,
Coffee.
Big
I only
Boss.
ever, yeah, Big Boss, yeah. I only ever see UCC, but it's still good. It's iced coffee.
I wonder if they ever did a cross-promotional thing with Metal Gear Solid.
I think they did.
I think.
It's
I'll look
just
it up.
sitting.
Real
It's
quick.
right there. It's right there.
I know you could do
Them and calorie make.
Yeah. They definitely do stuff with the Yakuza games.
Is it in Yakuza games? I
Yep,
feel
yeah,
like
you-
I've seen it in. Yeah. Okay.
You drink Yakuza.
It's in
drink,
Metal Gear Online.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Boss coffee. Only in Japan though.
Yeah, that tracks.
I
Yes,
don't.
Nicholas JT in the chat points out it's Tommy Lee Jones's drink. I saw a lot of Tommy Lee Jones's ads for Boss Coffee. when I was
Nice.
in Japan. Old ones that have been up for too long.
This was a good intro.
I don't drink a lot of coffee these days, so it doesn't make sense for me to have like fresh coffee on hand. But for those times I want it now, I've just bought Cafe Bustelo.
Ooh, the
Powdered.
coffee of my people.
It's like, yeah, it's, and honestly, it's good. Like, maybe it's just, I know coffee elitists who get their fresh grind or whatever, would say it's lacking some flavor or another. But to me, I'm just like, I like it. You just, yeah.
It is jet fuel. It is one of those things in which, in retrospect, my mom gave me that when I was in middle school to go to the bus. It was like, here, Josh, take some coffee. Here's
Oh,
some
boy.
milk and sugar. And I was like, all right, cool. And in retrospect, why? But she loved me, so it's fine.
Yeah,
Hold
I
on,
didn't have enough
Eisenberg.
energy as a child. Your mom really wanted to.
I just want to hear how he sounds real quick. Hold on.
I'm healing my daughter.
Oh, hi, Faith. Yeah, we got a bug with the voice.
It's bad.
I'm gonna have to I'm gonna go back and watch some of the stream after this. Hear this.
It is like I'm very much it. You know what it sounds? Here's another reference. I know I'm full of references. It sounds like Delocated. Like in a
It sounds like
I said sit.
it sounds like Darksiders. Everyone in Darksiders sounds like this.
This guy's got like a fedora. He's got leather gloves.
And I'm all like, freak out.
Yeah. You can tell the voice act. I mean, you guys can't tell. The voice actor clearly had a great time with this role.
He seems to live in a basement.
Yeah, he's for sure a basement dweller. The number of times he says "bitch" is really unbelievable.
But he also
I don't give a damn
just
about your
looks so
personal business.
sweaty. But he's not sweaty, but he just
So do I.
He's greasy. He's greasy. You can say it.
I don't remember his voice in the real game, and I'm not hearing it right now, even distorted. The only voice I'm remembering of his is the meme somebody made about Uno being on Xbox. And I don't know if I can find that. I'm not logged into Twitter on this computer, Twitch on this computer. But if you can somehow search Twitter or something for it, somebody made a very funny edit of an argument about whether or not Uno is on Xbox 360. It's very good.
I'll have to check it out.
Last guess.
Mag fucking Nito. I'm just trying to think of. Everyone had different powers. I guess Lady D was vampire powers.
Hey, he's a Frankenstein. He uses electricity and magnetics to make robots.
Yeah. We're gonna see one soon.
Oh, I
was
forgot
a
about
cool
this guy.
reveal.
This guy fucking rules.
This
Yeah.
is such a cool reveal.
Hell yes.
It's real good. It's real good.
Why haven't I heard more about Propeller Man?
He's caught in a lawsuit.
Yeah, he's caught in a lawsuit is the thing. So there's a short movie somebody made that also has a propeller head in it, and they were like, "This is our design. You ripped it off." I
Oh
looked
my.
into it. Yeah,
Serious?
yeah. I think it's just. It looks. Here's the thing. It is you just stuck a propeller on a dude. So they do look very similar, but also it is just a thing. I don't know if the lawsuit will go through.
But Propeller Man is great enemy.
Yeah, yeah,
Especially old-timey Propeller Man.
yeah. They fit. His face is gonna chop you up. Now you're in some trash.
Trash compactor. Climb on up there, Ethan.
Yoked. Get that pull up.
Remember, he brought that chalice all the way to the beginning of this level. He's yoked.
Sure.
Oh, jeez,
Yep.
shit. Fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, these guys all got their Google glasses on.
Yep. I'm
Yeah.
hacking the net.
Yeah.
I'm not recording you.
I wish the crystal skulls you got from them also had goggles on. Crystal goggles.
Alrighty, looks like we gotta crawl through a little vent here, folks.
Emmy the Mac says, Polygon, I await the 10-minute video on Propeller Man and the history of game design litigation. Like, we wouldn't, like, that, we don't have that in the works necessarily, but we've definitely discussed stuff like that.
Litigation's real hot right
Oh,
now.
fuck, I forgot how cool this is.
A factory, hell yes.
So good.
Like, this is like... Man,
Like, I just want to hear some industrial music while combination of just like.
yeah, this looks like a fucking Tool video.
I was gonna say 9 Inch Nails. I guess we're
Yeah.
both old. Good. It's a good setup. Yeah. Yeah, I think they
Sentry
do. They do a good job with the industrial, just the industrial design of this whole area. I think is really great.
I also love the Duke in this area because he's just like,
It's got a cozy little elevator.
here.
Yeah, I love it.
How'd
I
you get
love
in
that
here? Not a problem. I'm here.
It's good. I like it.
I miss. What are they making in this factory?
Frankenstein's.
Frankenstein.
People
As-
are-
Excuse
Yes.
me, Frankenstein's monsters.
They're making Monsters Frankenstein.
Sorry, Jenna. I said it.
As I think it's Jay Heidi in the chat says, it's a Mama Monster Factory.
Oh no,
Oh.
it is.
You thought you were free, Clayton.
Yeah.
You're back in it.
Did we meet the enemy of this area yet?
Not yet. I think we're about to.
Okay.
It's not Propeller Man.
Well, there is a unique enemy type to this area. Oh, it's not just these guys, though.
Not quite yet. Yeah.
No, not
We'll,
these,
we'll get there on stream.
not these cyberpunk people.
Yeah.
Pat, I really enjoyed you stabbing that door to get that door to open.
Oh, thank you.
If there's one thing I could say about this game is that enemy design at some points just real fun.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Oh, they have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, to be clear here, by Frankenstein's monsters, they are turning corpses into monsters. Is that the whole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with
Yeah.
technology instead of a virus or something.
Right. Well, I think
What a twist.
the virus is revealed to be involved somehow, but
Hand in hand.
I think maybe the virus makes the flesh susceptible to the robotic modification or something.
There's a data pad somewhere that will
Yeah.
clear this all up.
Are you saying there's lore? Hmm.
I think we're getting real. I think we're just about to meet our first one.
It's a nice little basement room. Ooh.
We're getting close.
This is the section of the game, along with the scary house, that does some really good stuff with darkness as well, like just running around in the dark.
Yeah.
It's good.
There's one area in particularly that I really like that I think we'll get to on the stream. It's very close.
Maybe.
I think so. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot of good stuff in this area.
I got lost here a little bit, but that's because I was just being a hoarding little gremlin.
Oh
being
yeah, me
like,
too.
I need to find everything.
Yeah, I was refusing to leave rooms unsearched. I think for the purpose of the stream, I'll probably just have to rush myself through it a bit, but
Fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I similarly ran into some issues navigating.
And then the other thing is, I started running out of resources, but I had a ton of money, and then I went to the Duke, and he's like, "I don't have anything for you." He's like, "But I need my guns to go pew. I can't find any gunpowder anymore because I've used it all."
Yeah. Yep. There's not enough power.
Well, Cyberpunk 2077 is looking pretty good after the update.
Oh, is it?
Nope.
Oh, you got me, Clayton. Clayton! You got me. I was so excited about it being good, maybe.
Actually, from what I've heard, it's made the not worse, but like dramatically took out the number of like cars and people in the environment to where like
Okay.
on the PS4 it's like a ghost town.
God, I'm so disappointed. Clayton, you broke my heart. Yes!
Ah, let's go.
Oh, that's
I
a
love
Frankenstein.
this dude. That should be on the box cover art. Clayton Ashley says, "Now that's a Frankenstein."
ah, shit.
Polygon.com.
Oh no!
With punish.
This is
Oh, he's covering his weak point. How smart.
Yeah.
I think this is where a bunch of my ammo went and being like, I'm gonna do precision shots on him. And it's just like, oh, these precision shots are doing it, but it's a lot of work. Maybe I could try stabbing him. No.
Does he not follow you this far? Wow, he gave up on me. Shit.
Yeah.
Wait,
he gives
time
up
out.
on you real quick.
Nope.
Hang on, let me try a better gun here.
Boom.
Yeah.
Frig you, dude.
Right
There
in
you
the
go.
old power core.
Right in the kisser.
Ooh.
Oh, calling it close pass.
Big explosion.
Ooh, I forgot they
You know?
explode when they die.
Crystal
Yeah.
heart.
I also started using, I think, the flashbangs. Do you get flashbangs for the grenade launcher?
Yes, you do, yeah.
Yeah, I was running so low on ammo that I actually started using them, and I was like, oh, they're very effective, but I can't do anything.
So
Yeah.
these...
I
Go ahead.
was having the same exact issue as Josh is describing.
I gotta turn off the
beautiful.
Nightbot that tells people to go look at our E3 coverage. E3 is over.
Yeah.
E3 is over.
You can still go look at it, but there's nothing there.
You know everything now, right? Hello? E3?
As the chat points out, you just made some hot metal soup.
Delicious.
My favorite part of that molding favorite part of that molding process is that if enemies are chasing you, it still takes that long.
Now what's that? Okay.
This is the area that I really liked.
Yes.
For exactly the reason that you just experienced. In that I saw those lights and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Am I gonna have to kill that?
There are a lot of weird parts of this level that I'm like, at first I was like, I don't know about this, and then halfway through, yeah, this is metal as fuck, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like the way that the lights are lit up and the way that these things move, that like from that platform as I entered, I was just like, especially after having placed in this segment after your fight with the man who covers his glowing weak spot, I saw this and I was just like, what is this?
Yeah, am I inside the monster?
Yeah. So I thought just thought that was a really smart and interesting kind of fake out.
I
Yeah,
love it
I'm
when-
trying to... Go ahead.
Oof.
Oh, Pat.
Yeah.
Oh.
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 Okay, somebody in chat is asking what I'm wondering, which is what the fuck did these machines do?
Power the factory.
They piston, as you
They
can
pissed.
see.
This is where they reticulate the splines.
Of course.
They're churning butter. I don't know. I'm upper management. I don't really know about these things.
I also didn't shoot out any of these. I aggroed all these boys and then made them run through them.
Let me try that.
That was great.
Ow!
I did.
Oh, you didn't quite...
I'm alright.
I also did get bonked
Got
by
some-
one of them pretty bad, so it was a calculation of do I want to spend health or ammo during this section, and I chose health.
Yoo-hoo, boys!
I can't see Pat, but I assume he's pulled out his handkerchief and is waving it.
Come on, dude.
No, I go home now. I have
Howard.
to go.
There you
Instantly.
go. Oh shit. It wasn't enough.
He had a good helmet.
I beware.
Oh.
Oh, how'd I whiff that?
Oh,
There we go.
God, I thought you were training to be MLG. Come on.
Kicked out a Cal-Am. Alright. I'm supposed to break all these, right?
See.
yeah, or just run. I just ran. Then that was fine. I got bonked, but it's fine.
Do you like that, how that one's hidden?
Yeah. Yeah, this is a good, I think this is a very good little area.
Heisenberg, it's me. Let's go against Mother Miranda. We'll both win. It's
Sorry.
That's a pretty good Heisenberg.
You got the glitch audio too. It's perfect.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. God, the lighting in this game is friggin' good.
I think I was listening to a podcast in which somebody was like, what is Capcom gonna do the rest of the year? Because it looks, with like how Resident Evil turned out, it looks, what else do they got?
I mean, they're working on DLC for it now. Like,
Yeah.
it was not done. I was not in production when they finished the game, so I think they're probably going to be focusing on that.
I mean, they, by all accounts, it does not seem like they were expecting this to be the hit that it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the impression I've got, and the fact that they hadn't even started producing the DLC before it released feels like that's a really good indicator of that, because it's like, that's not the case. Like most of the times,
I see. Yeah.
studios will already be working on the DLC extension.
Yeah.
Yeah, before like it goes gold or whatever.
If I had a
thought-
guess that had nothing, is based on nothing, I would say they probably would have been there with this if COVID hadn't happened. Like,
that's what I was thinking. Like maybe it's that.
It's
Yeah, that could be.
to me this kind of feels like they did not have time to do that sort of stuff because they were just trying to get it in under the wire with the world being the way it is. Because I know a lot of people feel like Monster Hunter Rise was maybe a little bit of a victim of a changed, altered workflow, just because there's a lot less to it than there have been to previous major Monster Hunter releases.
God, you mean it's possible for there to be more
Yes.
Monster Hunter?
So
Yeah,
much
the real
more.
question now is, Jenna, are you gonna
Elder Dragons?
go back to World?
Oh, that
you
is a good
considered?
question. I don't know if I will. The problem is I liked playing with people so much that I don't know, is the Monster Hunter World community still active?
Yeah.
Good question.
Stab that
Yes.
door, Pat. Fuck yeah.
I think it's
Murder
pretty
that-
big. But I'd be curious. I don't know if it's crossplay with like PS4 and PC.
It's not. It's
not?
No.
it's-
Yeah.
As a
think
person
that.
who has bought that game a couple of times,
Yep.
because different people said, "Hey, I'll play with you," and they never showed up. Yeah, wish it was crossplay.
But I know there's a whole like
mean,
Iceborne. Is that the?
Mhm.
Yes.
Iceborne, yeah.
Yeah.
Tons of content in that. It's pretty much
Yeah.
the size of the original game.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Wow.
But Capcom so far, pretty stellar year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
Can't
doing it.
complain.
I mean, I will, to answer the real question that I know you secretly wanted to ask, Clayton. Yes, when Capcom finally releases the Pennywise DLC, I will be hopping back into Monster Hunter Rise, so...
I see. I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Well, now that you've
Please.
made your case and it's unimpeachable, I think that should be a couple months, however
So, yeah,
long it
I'd
takes.
probably- yeah.
Well, they have like their DLC. They had their DLC map like already like planned out, but they never announced anything. Like there's still time to change around the docket. I'm
No,
just,
that
Yeah.
I really did like fighting these guys, even though they took a substantial amount of my ammo. But it was just nice to.
Explode! Run away!
the point in this game and the fact that they have this like obvious weak point is reminding me a lot of the Resident Evil 4 enemy that was impenetrable to bullets unless you looked. I think you had to use like a scanner or something to
You
find
had
like
to use the
one-
X-ray scope.
The X-ray scope. Those things. I remember people say like, "Oh, Resident Evil 4 is not that like scary. It's not really a horror game. It's very actiony." But then you fought those motherfuckers. Those things I could not fight with the lights off. Those things freaked me out. I did not like them, and they're definitely like these guys. They're like you can't do anything to them unless you hit the weak point, and they slowly walk towards you, and they will mess you up.
We'll have to do a video on weak points at some point. At some point.
I was also reminded recently that they're doing Resident Evil 4 for VR later this year.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
that'll be fun.
So I don't know if that's Capcom's last like big thing for this year, and I don't know how big that would be considered, but like I just know that Resident Evil 4 on the Wii was apparently really good.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like super curious, and apparently like it's very open style VR where you can just like juggle your knife if you want. You can just toss guns and catch them and like
Knife juggling.
yeah. So I'm very curious about that.
Yeah.
I'm
Where are you
going
going?
home now. Okay. Did you say something? Okay.
It's de-aggro point. Perfect.
This is good. Perfect.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Okay, bye.
I'm like trying to leave a party and somebody just keeps like, are you gonna say bye to everyone before you leave? You gotta say bye to everyone before you leave. I don't want to socialize anymore. I want to go home. Me every weekend now. Hey, let's do something social. Nah. No.
Not feeling it.
Nope. Gotta go home early to deal with the dog. Can't. Don't want to.
Guy talks a lot.
Yes.
If you were named Heisenberg, wouldn't you talk a lot? I saw Breaking Bad. I could just say lines. It'll be fine.
Whoopsie.
Oh.
Show me that. Dangy. Do it again. Do it again, scrub.
Let me peep that peck. Hey, let me peep that peck.
Ooh, big explosion.
Oof.
I'm okay
So
with that.
juicy too.
Yeah.
Trilobite 8 in the chat says this guy is like a Far Cry villain.
Yeah,
Needs
he
a little
kinda
bit-
is.
He needs a little more Joker juice in him.
Ugh.
But he's a dude with a fedora who lives in his basement, so it's kind
That's
of like
true.
he's imitating
That's
a Far
true.
Cry 4 villain.
I really like Voss from 3.
All right,
I think
hang on,
he
I gotta make
lived in
more
Lady D's basement.
ammo. Oh wait, I have a sniper rifle. I can be sniping these leads. Alright. Oh damn it. Gotta give up that chest. Oh shit. Wow, he was not having it.
Wow. Yeah.
No.
Oh. Nice. Nice.
Scope.
Quick scope.
Quick scope. How's the ADS on that rifle? I need to know. I might,
It's snappy. I love that clip that person made of how Warzone motherfuckers play Resident Evil 8. It's just like I can't jump.
Good. Good. Oh.
There we go. Cool. Another one down.
It's crystallized. Just rock candy. All of these enemies are just rock candy to me.
I'm getting sweaty. Is it hot?
A little bit. The heat is on. I'll say that.
That's fair.
I definitely ran past a lot of these dudes without killing them, and then when I was like, later on, I was like almost out of ammo, and I wanted more money to buy some new guns. So I was like, "Fuck! I guess I just have to go back and fight all those dudes." So I'm backtrack. I did this level poorly, is what I'm saying to you. Did a bad job, and I had to pay for it.
And pay with it you will.
Nice.
There we go. I don't think that's a kill though. I think that's just a stun. That ammo, shit.
Pat, you whipped punish. Come on.
All of your ammo? For all your guns?
No, not all my guns. Oh boy, but they're just slug. They got me stun locked here. Hang on.
Oh, you got 52 snipe bullets. Great.
Yeah, I got a lot of
good.
sniper ammo.
That's good. They're powerful. Powerful aim.
Oh no!
He saw you through the walls. He's aimbody. Come on.
Phew.
Ammo, please.
No, how about a 9? I forgot that I had mines until this point in the game, and I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, they are really helpful here for sure.
Yeah, I didn't. I knew that blocking was an option, but I did not know how to do it on the PC until I think actually the boss fight of this area, because you really have to block during this boss fight. Not the,
right, God.
The heist or fight.
Sorry, I got excited because my favorite guy came through.
Dual drill.
Chainsaw.
Dual drills.
So I did have to Google quite hard to figure out how to block, and the game's easier if you're using all the mechanics, is what I'll say about that.
Popped off for dual drill hands over here, Bill drill hands, because I just thought of if I had 2 drill hands, I would just be B drill, and I would just go around being like, I don't know. That's my brain right now.
It is Friday.
Yeah.
Nearly 5.
5 approaches. Let's see if we. I'm trying to remember how much more of this segment is, because the end of this segment is is perhaps the most joyous moment of video gaming of the year. But we will see if we get there.
Oh, you just run by him.
Swish.
I guess we can start to point out the fact that since the last time we streamed, we have put up 3 videos on the Polygon YouTube account.
Yes.
Let me go ahead and drop links to all 3 of those.
In chronological order, a video about Mr. Jack Final Fantasy himself.
Henley Man.
The Final Fantasy Origins, Paradise, Strangers
and Paradise Final Fantasy Orgy.
Right, thank you.
Exactly.
What's that vid about?
It's about the Final Fantasy t-shirt man, which you guys probably saw dunks going around, very good dunks on the internet, about how he's a Final Fantasy hero, but he is just wearing a Henley t-shirt. And the video is about sort of Final Fantasy's fashion history and why it kind of makes sense that he's wearing a Henley, maybe not a Henley specifically, but why he's wearing just a t-shirt and why that matters. So there's that one. We also have, I'm just going to drop a link in the chat, Pat's really good Elden Ring video. Pat, do you want to tell us about that a little bit?
Yeah, I made a video about all the little guys in Elden Ring, which is a game that I'm very excited for. It's all conjecture, but I'm 100% sure that everything I say is correct.
And RR will probably confirm at any time now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
wait.
He's not busy doing anything. He finished with the game a long time ago. It's fine.
Very smart on
and
your
then-
part.
Yeah, it's a great video. I highly, highly, highly recommend watching
thank
it.
you.
Even if, like me, you have very little interest or connection to Dark Souls games, I enjoyed it a whole lot.
And then the other video is another Jenna video. It's been a busy 2, 3, 8 weeks, I guess. I don't know.
Busy times.
Yeah, it's another Jenna written and hosted, Clayton edited video. I'm dropping the link in that in the chat as well. About why Capcom should let me hunt and kill Pennywise and carve him up and eat his meat and wear his hat on top of my head like a little crown. It's a video that you can watch on the internet.
Yeah. It's a very forcefully well-argued point, and you'll need to watch the video to understand it. There's just too much logic in it to describe here. It's 13 minutes long. That's how long you'll need to be completely transformed.
Yeah.
By the
No,
end, you'll
not.
say, I should be able to hunt a clown in Monster Hunter Rise.
This clown in particular.
This one.
This clown.
Or this one member of a species.
Ooh.
Sorry.
What species is that?
I was feeling really, really bummed out, so I went to my doctor, and he told me, Patrick, you gotta hunt this clown. His name's Pagliacci. You gotta hunt skin and make clothing out of the skin of this clown, Pagliacci. You gotta do it.
What did
Oh, yeah.
What did you say in response, Pat?
Yeah.
I said, doctor.
Watch your family drop.
That's me.
Damn it, Pat.
God damn it. Pat. Turn off the stream.
No, I can't. How dare you beef the punchline after all of that build-up? Fuck!
That's me, doctor. But doc, that's me.
That's me.
Early Suzy Q in the chat says, thank God Samoa's in here for this clown attack.
That's true. Yeah, we had to release this video the week that Simone was on vacation.
Nobody tells Simone. It's a secret from Simone.
Alright, so as we go over today's stream secrets, one of them is do not tell Julia Lee about Final Fantasy XIV, and do not tell Simone about the clown attack. Thank you.
Wait. To clarify, Julia Lee knows about Final Fantasy XIV. Don't tell her that we're going to trick her into the stream, and then we're going to surprise party her with streaming.
Thank you, John.
That's me, Doctor.
It's me.
Oh, doc. There's going to be a problem with that plan.
Oh boy.
Ooh, baby.
Pagliacci is out of network.
Oof. Pat, no. That hurts. I've been going to Pagliacci. I've been going to that doctor for years. I'm sorry, I got a new job. Can we work something out? No. Alright.
Primary
Start all
clown
over.
provider. Oh shit. Okay, yeah. There's a bunch more of this game before we can get to that. Okay, so we'll do the amazing part on the next stream.
Will that be likely the final one, or do you think there's still a bit more after
There's
more than 2 hours?
A little bit more.
That might the next one might it might be 2 more because there's also that whole segment with where it
there's
turns
a
into a different
segment.
game.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ominous.
Yeah, next stream is going to be a wild one. There's a lot that happens, but I think it'll probably be 2 more streams till we finish.
Yeah. I might. I was trying to remember the last time I saved. I should probably push. I'll do
Yeah.
that off stream. I'll push to the next save off stream.
Okay.
Cool. Well, let me twine it off real quick. Put this in the rest mode, and there we go. Thank you everybody for watching another Polygon Friday stream. We'll do another one of these next week at the same time, same place. Oh. Big yawn.
Yes.
It's the time when somebody's probably going to send in their Twitch
Send in a
streams.
raid.
Send in a raid right here at the end.
Yeah, no, that's why we need to end it right now. Okay, thanks everybody. We'll see you next week. Check out all our
Have a good
videos.
weekend.
Polygon. Bye.
Honka, honka, honka.